Okay, we left off page Chav Beis. Okay, Maharal Chav Beis, page Chav Beis, second column. See, differentiate between Yirah Shamayim and Avas Hashem. He says Ava is when you attach yourself. Yirah is a total negation. When I recognize that everything I am is due to His endowment and His continuous endowment, what am I? I am whatever He endows me to be. But in terms of Avas Hashem, that means you take the initiative to attach yourself. Right? One is a recognition, what I am. What am I? Nothing. And the more you understand that, the more you realize you're nothing. That's Yiras Hashem. Correct? That's what Maharal explained it. So it's when you realize that you're totally a cause of an effect. Hashem is the effect, you're the cause. But Avos Hashem is, that means you have love, you attach yourself. That's Dveikus Hashem. So he says, Avo Yiras Hashem, ein bo zeh kinyan rak shemachshav atzmo kilu eino. Ve'ein bo zeh kinyan malo. Kasher yesh la yira yomer bo zeh ma kinyan yesh bo zeh, lo kama shar malo sheish ben kinyan malo, he says. U'me'ata havi shapi hamoshel ki kasher choser ha'chefetz shemvaksh ben nikra b'vadi choser. He says, if a person is lacking an object, so you consider it, you're missing whatever object. Kasher yesh lo akli, eino nechshav dover hagodol, kasher ein akli ba'atzmo godol, rak hachesor min akli nechshav shu choser v'dover godol. Says something interesting. Loving zemod. A person doesn't have a vessel. When you have the vessel, you realize it's not a big deal to have the vessel. The vessel doesn't mean anything. If you don't have Yirah Shamayim, you're deficient. But once you have it, you realize it's obvious what you have. It's not you've acquired anything. It's a realization. See, Yirah Shamayim is a realization. Avos Hashem is not just a realization. It's taking a step beyond that. Okay? Remember we quoted the pasuk in the beginning. Shlomo Melech says, the beginning of Chochmah is Yiras Hashem. That's the cause. What is the cause? Hu etzem ha'yira min older. Kach tchilas chochm yiras Hashem pirus zeboro kashetovin zevikar ha'yiro shibo mikoch ha'avo. Now he says, now remember we spoke about yesterday, last time. There's a connection between Ava and Yiro. Right? Could you have Ava without Yiro, or could you have Yiro without Ava? So what I said was that to have Ava on an ongoing basis, you have to have Yirah Shamayim. The foundation has to be Yiro. If you have a negation, then we could talk about you have Ava. Because then you have love. Why do you love Hashem? Because you realize whatever you are, it's because He endows you to be. So that causes you to be motivated to be attached to Him. Correct? But Ava doesn't mean you say you have Yirah. Because Yirah, Ava could be just for the moment. You have that sense of what? Of love because you had a good experience or you received something and you realize He gave it to you. So you have Ava. But if you have Yirah allows Ava to be on an ongoing basis because that's the foundation.
So you're saying you can't have Ava without Yirah?
But it's just for a moment. It doesn't endure. It's not lasting.
But what about someone who really has Ava for a long time? He's got to sustain the Ava.
It's not possible.
Not possible.
If you recognize that Hashem is giving you all,
Yeah, but it's not.
you're going to have alcohol along.
Recognize is not intellectual. If you ask anybody, do you believe everything you have God endows you with? Yes. Right? But you do what you want to do. Right? So it's not just knowing. It's internalizing that reality, and as a result of that, everything you do is only based on what He wants you to do. Nothing other than that. That's Yirah Shamayim. Understand? See, this alone, you have to be, if you have humility, which is also negation, then we talk about Yirah Shamayim really resonating within the person. Like somebody gives you something, and after he gives you something, then say, I'll do what I want to do. It's not appropriate. And he put the precondition on, you can only do what he allows you to do. Says, I'll do what I want to do. He can't control me. So there you could say, because once he gives it to you, you're really in control. But if you recognize that Hashem is always in control, that is a reality, then you would really, what? You're gonna behave yourself. Of course, you're going to be negated, but again, it has to do with that. It's not simple. See, yeah, I think if you add what Chaim Voloshin says, Nefesh Chaim, what's Yiras Shamayim? He says something interesting. Based on what the Ramchal speaks about and what the Chaim Voloshin speaks about, everything in life is cause and effect. The way we behave, Hashem responds to our behavior. We behave properly, He responds positively. We behave inappropriately, He withdraws. So everything is what? Is a consequence. As we are a consequence of His willing, His involvement is a consequence of how we behave. You understand? You have bounty. If not, then Hashem cuts you off. He closes the spigot. Less comes, less flows, less bracha. So if a person has Yiras Shamayim, you recognize, you're able to see what goes on in Shamayim. This is Rav Chaim Voloshin. That everything in Shamayim is determined based on your behavior, then you behave. Then you behave. Because you understand. Otherwise it's going to be withdrawn from you. So if you're cognizant of that continuously, then you're going to behave. But so then it comes out, it's like a little bit of a shlo l'shmo. You know, why are you behaving? Because. Some say, but if you have both of them in combination, what the Maharal is saying and what Reb Chaim Voloshin is saying, then we could speak about it in a pure, in an altruistic sense. You understand what I'm saying?
No unconditional.
You could have unconditional love. You could have unconditional love.
As long as you behave the way, then you get what you
No,
want.
that could be a fact. That could be a fact. You know, factually, I know that, but that's not why I'm doing it. But you know, nobody's perfect. So every once in a while, you have maybe a degree of them. You have still the Yetzer Hara. So how do you keep the Yetzer Hara in check? Because ultimately, you know that God could cut you off. But why am I doing it? It's still, that's like Chesed Shalemus. There's always the degree, unless you're at Moshe Rabbeinu's level, that you're totally negated. There's always that self-interest. There's some degree of self-interest, regardless of what level you're at. Because you know, you're not Moshe Rabbeinu. Moshe Rabbeinu is negated. There's no trace of himself. It's everything he does for Hashem. But anybody other than Moshe, there's a lot of ourselves. It's as much as we want to do it, but factually, it's always intermingled with our self-interest. Right? That you're not going to change. But we do our best to do it more for the selfish reason, rather than the selfish reason.
He's giving you doing things for you based on what you're doing. You're not doing the right thing. You're not getting it.
So what is that? So unconditional love on Hashem's side?
Yeah.
Hashem is a person has unconditional love for his child. Child misbehaves, he withdraws. Doesn't the parent still has unconditional love for the child? What does withdrawing have to do with love? It has nothing to do with it. I'm withdrawing it for the same reason why I give you, the same reason why I withdraw it. It's all because I love you. That's why Hashem is withdrawing it. Like a parent withdraws from a child because it's the best interest of the child not to have. Okay.
I understand inquiring about Hashem, but I don't understand how you inquire.
Yiras Hashem. It's coming to realization. Realizing that every aspect of your life, you are what you are because He wills it to be that way.
And I can inquire that.
It's not easy. It's reflection without doing Torah mitzvahs. Impossible. Impossible.
So it's through learning, really.
It's a spiritualization. It's a spiritualization of the physicality.
Yes.
Then we're able to come upon certain realizations, not intellectual realizations, but even to internalize those realizations.